Hello, and welcome to our review of the latest episode of Doctor Who, Empress of Mars, written by Mark Gatiss. We'll be starting off this week with Sean's thoughts of it. Sean, old boy, what did you think of it?
It was a jolly good show. Jolly good. I liked it. I liked the Victorian. It wasn't the steampunk as I wanted, because they were actually Victorians.
I'll admit, the elements we expected of though it does make sense, actually, the whole nature of they've come to Mars on the Ice Warriors' craft. Well, we know why I don't think there was any other question of why are they here? To the Empire. It was the time of British imperialism. Why would they go anywhere? The Empire. But the whole idea of they didn't come here in their own spaceships or anything. The only element of steampunk, of course, we saw were their outfits, which I did like.
Yeah,
I liked the design they had for them.
For space.
Yeah, it's what you have to base it on, really, isn't it? You'd have to base them on sort of old bathysphere diving suits type things.
But yeah, I liked Empress of Mars. Do you know what title was? It was. Let's try again. Think
right.
This time.
Take your time.
Just take my time, put my feet up. No, yeah, I liked seeing the Ice Warriors back. I like the Ice Warriors.
I like the Ice
I
Warriors.
like seeing more than one this time.
Yeah, it was actually.
And we didn't see them out of the suits either this time.
No, well, that's never been done before, seeing them out of the suits, though, either.
That one before. And you
Cold
kind
War.
of saw it out of the suits.
Which was Mark Gatiss again,
Yes,
I think.
he liked the Ice Warriors.
Well, he said they're one of his favourite. He said they're one of my favourite Doctor Who monsters.
Although with a bunch of soldiers trying to take down the alien hive, I was like, I'm getting a massive aliens vibe here. You see them more shows up with the Queen and into the hive and waking it up, and although with the Queen's kind of weird noises she made in her dreads, she did remind me of Predator as well.
Yeah, the dreads were an interesting design feature. But that's also the first time that we've had an Ice Queen.
It's like, oh shit, it's Predator.
But what I like about the Ice Warriors, they kind of actually fit very well with the sort of Victorian Britain, the idea of they're a warrior race, and it's all about honour. As Bill says, it's a sort of a Viking element in terms of it is honour and duty and all that kind of thing, which works well sort of with the Victorian vibe of we're doing it for nation, for Queen and country. I like the characters we had as well, actually.
I like the Colonel guy, the guy in charge who was I've forgotten anyone's names. They were just
he's
British
cool.
guy number 1, dickhead number 2, and the black guy.
What we had there were Colonel Godzacre, Captain Catchlove.
One local Jackdaw.
Yeah, one of them was Jackdaw, because I think they're nicknames.
Hey, these aren't names. These are
Jackdaw, Vincey, who's the guy you liked, Nibs, Coolidge, and of course Sergeant Major Peach.
Yes.
I have to say, the weapons that the Ice Warriors used, that's pretty grim.
Yeah, that was kind of.
It should be turned into boxes,
yeah, like,
but your body's been folded up into a box. That's unpleasant. Very few of the men actually seem to survive.
Yeah.
At least the ones that sort of the audience have been introduced to. The only one who survived it, spoilers, is Godzacre, who is now in the service of Empress Iraxa.
Be interesting.
Well, we know that the Ice Warriors are willing to work with humans at various points.
True.
I mean, if you look, Monster of Peladon, which I like the reference to with the appearance of Alpha Centauri at the end, actually voiced by Elaine Churchman, is the voice, even from the original series, which was quite a nice reference.
Yes. Well, it's Mark Gatiss. He likes doing it.
He likes doing his references. He did. Cold War did it as well, didn't they? That was the HADS. Was it that thing? The Hazard Alert Defense System or something like that, which is what made it, because that was a reference to. He likes doing his particular. Well, they all do references, of course, to the classic series, but it's what they grew up with. As we know, typically a lot of the people who regularly write for it or become the showrunners tend to be fans of the show themselves, which is why we tend, as I was having a conversation with my friend Tom, who I keep meaning to join us on one of these sessions. our discussions on films
today?
and these things.
Tell me.
It's not therapy.
Oh,
God knows it's not therapy. It's the exact opposite of therapy.
I need therapy after these conversations.
Yeah, exactly. He was saying about how things like he finds River Song essentially is fan fiction made canon.
Oh, she is. So was Clara.
They a lot of them are in terms of that. I mean, they're all a bit Mary Sue's and
Except for Martha, she lacked personality. Period.
Well, no, the trouble is
Donna was awesome.
Again,
More Donna.
I like Donna.
I like Donna.
No. Anyway, I don't want to take too much of Tom's words in case he does actually join us. So,
by the way, at time when you.
no, I really liked the episode as well. I like the feel of it. It was a the strange feel of it was slightly claustrophobic.
The underground.
The underground, but it wasn't terribly. But I like the sort of the atmosphere of the place, the red stone and that kind of thing. The fact that it was on Mars. I quite like the opening sequence as well, actually.
Oh, can I just say that opening shot of NASA? Really bad CGI.
Yeah.
I was like, even by Doctor Who, which doesn't have that big of a budget, that is dreadful. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Though I did quite like the sort of the sequence of we're looking under the cap to see what it is, and it's God Save the Queen. And then the music faintly going. The music very faint then. No, I generally liked the episode. I don't have any. I'm very intrigued by actually the last scene.
I was just about the whole idea of that Missy's now at the vault.
Yeah.
Who kidnapped the TARDIS?
That was my other question. My mum asked me that. She said, "Why did the TARDIS do that?" My only explanation I can offer at the moment is, well, we know the TARDIS is
it's a
alive,
machine
and sometimes it does stuff for its own reasons that don't become clear for a very long time. Essentially, we know it's a plot device for the writers. It enables the writers to do what they like with things. And sometimes, as the TARDIS has actually said when it was actually able to, it takes you where you need to be, not necessarily where you want to go. I haven't got a clue why it refused to do it suddenly, though.
Yeah.
Mum suspects it's actually tied into Missy, in terms of it did it so Missy could be there, which
doesn't
leads
appear
more
to be
questions.
in the next episode.
No, she doesn't appear to be in the next
come
episode.
on, Missy's companion, that would be amazing. Probably back
But even then, the whole nature of that last sequence was really oddly tense.
Yeah, like
the dialogue isn't.
that last
If you
shot
look-
is like
if-
either punch or kiss. Just get it over with. It's where you're.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you just look at the dialogue, as in you're not watching the scene, but you just have like a script of it, it's very passive lines. So you realise yes, of course, but are you all right? I'm thinking of, this is really weird.
What's going on?
Well, it's weird for Missy to be genuinely caring and not have an ulterior
I
motive.
wouldn't be surprised she does have it up to something.
She's hiding it really well. I know we suspect that she is up to something. She's hiding it incredibly well. And the Doctor's incredibly... Is he angry? I can't quite pin what his emotion was at the end there, in terms of... It was shock, fear a bit as well.
Possibly.
It's all to do with Missy's out of the vault and this can't be allowed to happen. There are many questions. It leaves many questions.
You won't get the answers next week by the looks of it. Just, she's back in the vault.
Well, to be fair, it's 1 week, then we're
Yes,
at the
look,
two-part
1
series.
week we're at the finale.
Then we're at the finale. So I suspect it's all going to be revealed then. Because even then, when the hell is John Sims?
I told you the
back in this?
finale. Why the hell's would he? Oh,
It's a weird thing to reveal early on then.
they've revealed weird. They should reveal the 5 minute back. Props 5 minute back. They always reveal,
True.
They always reveal shit. All they say is John Sims back. I haven't said how the fuck he's back.
No, that's the big mystery.
You know, we know he's playing the Master. I think.
We know he's playing them out. Well, do we?
Have they said he's playing? Or just say he's back? I doubt he would play someone else. I mean,
I suspect he's playing the Master. I think they've more or less confirmed it. I don't know if I have to look up the particulars of John Sims returning, but is he playing the Master?
have we all not been thinking?
Now that would be a great twist to have for a future episode or something like that. And David Tennant's back. Everyone is like the 10th Doctor. No, he's playing someone completely different.
I'm totally
He just
not.
looks like him.
No, they've said he's playing the Master.
He is.
Yeah, this is according to Wikipedia. Let's check Wikipedia sources. It's the BBC One website. Well, I assume they know what they're talking about. Yeah, John Sim is playing the Master.
Okay, so he's definitely back as the Master. Right, I scuff as any kind of potential sort of...
Unless they're lying
Something
to
weren't
us.
expecting. No, it's only other people that do that.
Other people.
Oh, it's the false information campaign. Michael Bay always does it with his films. He always puts out misinformation.
Just admit their shit. Is that Anthony Hopkins in the new Transformers trailer?
We've not in just the trailers in the film.
I know, but in the film, I was like watching YouTube and it came up and went, whoa.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins in it. He said the reason he joined the film...
First Kelsey Grammer and now Anthony Hopkins.
Apparently the reason he joined it was because he loved the script.
Yeah, right.
I have many problems with the new Transformers film, but that's neither here nor there.
That gets me, man. Right.
No, it's not. We'll move on to it because we always segue. And to be fair, we've been speaking about Doctor Who pretty solidly for 12 minutes.
12 minutes, that's a record.
Is it 12 minutes we've been speaking?
No, over 11, according to
about 11 here. Okay.
Every last thing's going to be really weird.
The main issue I have with it is that Michael Bay, with the latest of the Transformers film, based purely on the trailers, which seems to reveal large chunks of sort of the the gist of it, is he sort of decided to rewrite the canons to his own films, majorly so. The very premise in the first film of Transformers, the Michael Bay ones, is that the Cybertronians, the Autobots, Decepticons, have never been to Earth before. That's the first time they've ever arrived on the planet, looking for the Allspark, which was jettisoned from Cybertron a very long time ago. Megatron went searching for it, and that's how he came to arrive on Earth. But for all the rest of them, this is their first time on the planet in that film. There's some backstory to bits of the comics where they've arrived at different points previously and things like that. But that's the first gist of the idea of this is the first time Transformers have existed on the planet, have arrived on the planet, and they've never cooperated with humans exactly. The premise of the new one: no, the Transformers have been here since the medieval times and fought alongside man. In fact, Bumblebee fought in World War II with the Americans.
Wow.
That's literally what they're doing with the new film. It's kind of going with, wait, what? But you've established a film.
This is a Michael Bay audience. They can't remember what happened in the last film.
Rubbish.
And they're just there to watch racial stereotypes and shit blow up.
Okay, I'm a big Transformers fan.
No, I said Michael Bay audience, not Transformers audience. Michael Bay audience. And,
yeah, I know. That's one of my major problems with the film in terms of you're completely screwing over various bits of canon you've established previously, just because you saw it in the last one, Age of Extinction.
Yeah, I still haven't gone past Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, that still annoys me. So.
Age of Extinction is so bloody long and it feels it for one thing in huge chunks. The battle sequences are pretty alright. They're not stellar, admittedly. They're not like what I call well done battle sequences. They're watchable. They're not bad. They get the blood pumping in parts, but it's nothing to write home about. Michael Bay is, by and large, he does action films. We know he's famous for blowing shit up. He does it well in those moments, but it's an incredibly long film. The dialogue feels weird and clunky in parts, but he's got a thing for knights at the moment. It's one of the stylistic things they did with the Dinobots, who don't talk. He makes their robot modes to look like knights. That's what he's done with the new one as well. He's going for the whole all the Transformers, a lot of them anyway. Optimus was more knight-esque in terms of like shoulder pauldrons and a big sword and that kind of thing. He's going to a knight theme for more than anything at the moment, it seems. He's got it for the new one. We've got lots of knights again. And it's really weird. I don't quite understand why. I mean, the film is even called Transformers: The Last Knight. I don't know why he's developed this fascination.
Transformers: The Dark Knight. Come on.
Oh, you just reminded me of the tragic news of today. Sorry. Oddly enough, I thought of you when I saw that news article.
Okay.
For those of you who are unaware of quite what we're talking about with the sad article, it's the sad news that Adam West has passed away at the age of 88.
It's a sad day.
It is a sad day. It's a very sad day. I saw...
Well, I'm now curious about... They were doing, the animated Adam West.
Yeah, they were doing a sequel.
Whether he recorded that or not beforehand. That's curious. Because that was... anyway, we're off topic again. Okay, you've been talking about Transformers for the last however many minutes.
Only four.
Back to Doctor Who and the Ice Warriors. That's what we're here for, not for...
Mum liked it.
My mum liked it. Good. That's the most thing.
Mum liked it. She quite enjoyed it. She quite liked the bits with the references to the films.
Yeah.
In fact, the Doctor hasn't seen some of these classic Alien films, and he says, "Frozen, That's a film.
Sadly, it still is.
It's not a bad film.
Not a good film either.
No. You've got the soundtrack on your iPod.
Yes, yeah, they suffer.
The songs
They
are
suffer the
catchy.
same thing as Grease. They're not good songs. They're just catchy songs. The songs aren't the problem. It's everything else about the film.
Yeah, I'll admit there are issues with that film.
Beauty
I like
and
some
the
of
Beast,
twists.
the animated one, not the shitty live action one.
Have you seen the live action one?
No, but I gave up after Maleficent. I really have no care for seeing any live action films.
Fair enough. I will just say, I've not seen it either, but everyone I've seen who has seen the live action one, they think it's the only issue they have with it is the amount of auto tuning they had for Emma Watson's singing voice.
One, the animated one has someone who can actually fucking sing.
I think Emma Watson can sing, but they've auto tuned it so much we don't know actually really what it sounds like. And I say that as a fan of Emma Watson.
You know, still the best Disney film.
I agree. It is. But it's my favourite.
You know,
I do like that.
Also, hand-drawn animation is better than computer animation. Unless you're Pixar, in which case I'll let you off doing computer animation.
That's a different kind though as well, because then everything's computer animation rather than
the hand-drawn.
Yeah, I like hand-drawn elements too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Felt more. I say real. I didn't realise it's just drawings moving. Not really real. Well, it's more real than the CG. Like practical effects are more real than.
Yeah, that's because they're with.
That's why
I know exactly what you mean. I can't quite.
It's one of the best horror films because all those effects were done practically.
Was the new one CG?
Probably. I doubt they did it practically. That new one lacks Kurt Russell, so what's the point? If you're not gonna have Kurt Russell, why am I here?
But oddly enough, that was referenced, wasn't it? That was one of the films that Bill
I
mentioned.
did hear the reference. I went, no, I can't get Kurt Russell in Doctor Who. It'd be amazing. Just, then he can get his flamethrower. Yeah, there's Frozen, Terminator, The Thing, and Frozen. Was they 3 referenced?
No, there was another one. It was a Vikings one they referenced
Vikings,
as well.
References the thing. It went Mark Gage has just been on a binge on TV recently or something.
The pop country references
sitting
that everyone will get.
Sitting there writing, I need something just like Frozen's playing. Frozen.
Well, it's not the first time this has happened, of course, because in one of the Christmas episodes, I think was it Last Christmas? The episode Last Christmas, where one of the characters references Alien, and the Doctor hasn't seen it or heard of it.
Yeah.
It's not the first time that we've made reference to the fact that the Doctor is generally sort of unaware of classic.
I don't really have time to watch, and you can imagine him just picking it apart as well.
Well, as he says it himself, I'm busy.
Yeah,
I'm a busy man.
To do. He hasn't got time to watch Alien.
And as he says, it's really racist. No wonder everyone.
Yeah, actually, that joke was good.
I loved that one.
No wonder everyone's invading you.
We've got a horror film named Alien. It's really offensive. You wanted to keep invading you. He makes a valid point.
Alien rolls off the tongue better than Xenomorph.
No, but even the nature of sort of whenever we have an alien,
people still refer to it as the
aliens
aliens
films,
more than they
it's
do.
always horrors.
Aliens invade and they're really friendly makes a really dull film.
It'd be different.
It will be dull.
You could turn it into a comedy.
You thought the
though,
Senate scenes in the prequels were boring. You
could turn it into a comedy quite nicely, I think, with that sort of thing.
Wasn't that that's the Simon Pegg film, the one with the alien.
Paul.
No, I'd never seen it.
No, Paul doesn't invade.
Okay.
Paul's been here for about 50 years.
Okay, I just thought.
The idea, Paul's a good film actually. I quite like it.
It's probably going to be.
It's a fun film. No, the premise of Paul is that the alien Paul has been on Earth since like Roswell, and he's sort of been partially kind of a prisoner of the American government. He kind of works with them at the same time on various things, so he's kind of responsible for big cultural and technological innovations and things like that. But he's probably the most sort of down to earth because he's lived on the planet for 50 years. He's well aware of everything that's happened and gone on, that kind of thing. He's not an alien in many ways. Appearance-wise, yeah. The personality, he's not an alien. That's a fun film. We've gone on topic again.
Aliens, it's tangentially related.
Yeah, alright.
Closer related than Transformers work, and don't say they're aliens.
They are aliens.
Yeah, but those aren't robots.
They're the aliens. They're alien life forms. They're from a planet Cybertron.
And from the Hasbro R&D department.
Originally Takara Tomy, but still.
Or just Hasbro.
But Hasbro owned them, but they were originally developed by Takara Tomy in Japan. It's Hasbro that
Transform
bought them.
robots, it's always going to be Japan.
Of course, it's going to be Japanese.
Godzilla, giant robots, and suspiciously underage girls. That's Japan in a nutshell. That and martial arts and sushi and really cramped subway trains.
An inability to really cope and deal with their past.
Yeah. List of all the tropes. Anyway. So yeah, we've gone really completely off the wall.
Next week's looks interesting.
Have I mentioned I've had a couple of glasses of wine today?
No, you haven't, have you?
Yes, for lunch. So, hey.
I've been at work all day, longer than I thought I was going to be.
It's been hot, which always fucks me over.
Yeah, to be fair, I've been downstairs at work, but I've got
with the air conditioner, like, haha, fools!
No. Only the end of my day did I get to the air conditioned part of the building. For the last, hour and a quarter was I in the air conditioned bit. Before then, no.
No, if you're ever hot, go down to Tesco Express. They always have their air conditioning on ridiculously hard. Just walk in, it's like an Arctic wind. You're like, Jesus! Oh, it is about Tesco Express and their air conditionings. Always so. So yeah, next week's Romans again.
Romans
again, and
Romans and dragons.
Yeah, tentacle monster. It looked like
Well, I suspect.
But back to Japan. We're back to Japan.
I think what we're dealing with are aliens that look like dragons.
The Eaters of Light. That's like.
That's the episode. Yeah, the episode, and it's written by Rona Munro.
Rona Munro.
She's a Scottish playwright.
It's a name in
her. We must not forget that this is the second episode of Doctor Who that she's written, because the first one she wrote was, of course, Survival, the last episode of the original series to run.
This could be it for Doctor Who. Watch out.
She's a good playwright. I've read some of her plays. She's a very good writer. I'm very much intrigued by what on earth is going to be happening next week. Because it looks really weird. I was on the phone to Mum about it. And we got into a rather heated argument about whether dragons were real.
I've always assumed that someone in ancient world dug up a dinosaur bone or something and just assumed it was a dragon. I've been finding fossils down
nature. No, you're right. The idea of digging up fossils and associating that with some kind of with some kind of monstrous creature, that makes perfect valid sense.
Well, that's true.
No, the argument we were having was actually the fire-breathing element.
Oh, I've seen people breathe fire before.
They don't breathing fire, though. They've got a flammable liquid in their mouth that they're spitting out in front of a flame.
How do you know?
They're not literally producing the flame from inside their mouth.
They're really good curry, believe me. You feel like you're breathing fire.
Alright, I know my mum was mocking me. Was just doing the thing of, you see, if I say something stupid to Alex, it winds him up.
Yeah. Dragons are real.
As Sean well knows, it's a very effective means of winding me up, is you say something stupid, and because I expect I've got a particular sort of sense of, this is an intelligent person having a conversation.
I like the Michael Bay Transformer films. I think they're the
For God's sake, why? They're awful films.
See, it works. He knows I'm just fucking around.
Yes, that's the thing. Very often I know what they're doing, but it's as someone was saying. Yeah, it was Tom again. If you get angry, it's cathartic. You feel good because it releases endorphins. Strong emotional reaction releases endorphins. That's why we like feeling angry. Which is a weird thing to say. It sounds counterintuitive. Makes us feel better.
Oh.
It's like the thing of if you get really, really upset. A really big cry and that kind of thing. Afterwards, that sort of warm feeling you'll get afterwards, that release almost, feels better because it's released endorphins. That's why you want a film to provoke a kind of strong reaction. Even though you might hate the film and everything about it, you will feel good afterwards after being angry about it, but you won't associate those positive feelings necessarily with the film. You just know it'll get you angry. But of course, there's different kinds of anger, but that's a conversation for completely another time. But no, it's interesting. Doesn't seem to reveal much in terms of actually what's going on.
Has the put together trailer? There's stuff happening in Romans. Tentacles.
And dragons of some kind.
Okay. What just happened?
That's enough to go on.
Like what just happened?
It's enough to go on in terms of I have no idea what's happening, but it looks interesting.
Because I'm trying to think of the eaters of light. Something eats light. Whether that's literally or metaphorically, I don't know. But something's eating light.
Dragons.
It was a very dark trailer. But it might just be nighttime, and they do film in Wales.
Do you literally mean the lighting?
And they do film in Wales, which is about a century out of time. It's not like that's the north of England. Do you get to Scotland and then it's just primitive. How
dare you?
You're not even Scottish. Oh,
my family's Scottish and I live in Scotland.
Yeah, but you're not. You live in Scotland. Doesn't make you Scottish. I know. Anyway, S&P are losing seats in what I hear. Yeah, that's
if I were to say, you hear wrong, it's all lies. It's all lies. We've gained seats.
Whoa, you're a fan of the S&P. When did that happen?
God, no. You know I'm not.
Is anyone in Scotland a fan of the S&P?
Is anyone in Scotland?
Yes,
I can presume that about 36-point-something% of the electorate.
People actually went to vote.
That's the vote share they got. Yeah. So I'm presuming they're fans of the SNP.
I'm sure the sturgeon fish will find a way to...
Shall we not do this now?
No, you won't. Back to Doctor Who. Romans.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll talk politics for ages,
Romans.
But not now.
Light. Dragons.
Oh my.
I don't know what has to go on. That is the last episode before the finale. So I assume John Simm's the finale. I doubt he'll be in this week.
I'm assuming he must. I mean, I'm just looking at... Well, again, we don't know. He must be in the finale.
It's going to be like a one-second cameo right at the end of this last episode.
Must be.
Hi! End of episode. See you at Christmas. Bye! Oh, we can do that.
I'll be unsurprised. And even then, of course, the other thing we need to remember is that Bill's only around for this series as well.
So they're doing a complete... I say complete do-over, but isn't the Doctor not regenerating until Christmas?
But we don't know if...
I would assume they haven't announced the new Doctor, and they are going to be keeping it.
They've not announced it. I think we'd hear if we had.
Yeah.
They've not announced the new Doctor. As far as I'm aware, Capaldi's still regenerating at Christmas. All I know is Bill's not in the next series. She might be in the Christmas special, to be fair.
Yeah, so she...
That I don't know much about.
That counts as the... What we on phase 3 now of Doctor Who? We've had the Russell T Davies years, the Stephen Moffat years, and now we're on to whoever's doing it next.
It's Chris Chibnall.
Chris Chibnall years. We're in phase 3.
Yeah, that'd be phase 3 of New Who.
Yeah, New Who. We're on phase, ridiculous number. So I don't know if she's staying for the... I don't know if the Christmas special counts as Moffat or not. When exactly he's leaving.
That's Moffat. He's writing the Christmas special. So the Christmas special... Well, what you're going to have the situation is... It'll be like when Tennant regenerated into Smith. Because Matt Smith's lines were not written by Russell T Davies. They were written by Moffat. So Chris Chibnall will be writing the very first lines for the new Doctor. After the regenerations thing.
So Christmas we'll see regeneration, which means you probably hear out a new Doctor somewhere in the autumn, probably.
I think it was autumn they revealed it last time. Wasn't it?
When did Capaldi take over? Was it Christmas?
Yes, it was Christmas, New Year? Christmas. Yeah, took over at Christmas.
So we'll assume in the autumn somewhere we'll hear the speculation come to an end of who the new Doctor is. Which means no regeneration this season.
Oh, no, actually Capaldi was announced in August.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was 2 months later, roughly, they announced it. So I suspect it will be at some point over the summer we'll get the announcement. Because it usually seems to... Well, summer, there's less on.
Kids are all out of school.
Yeah, kids are out of school.
They'll hear about it. No one's really watching TV, they're either staying out the sun or going on holiday.
Yeah. Well, it was an evening broadcast, it was a live BBC One thing, I remember watching it.
I don't need to just hear about it. I mean, it happens.
I was back home for the summer.
I will hear who the new Doctor is. Missy's the new Doctor. John Simm's the new Doctor. They're playing us for fools.
That'd be a twist.
They're playing us for fools.
That would be a twist.
He's not back as the Master. He lied.
That'll be interesting to see who it is.
No one.
We don't know.
No one. Series over.
I suspect It could be someone completely that no one's even mentioned.
Usually they do go somewhere.
They're not household names already.
Yeah, someone not that well known at the time. I'll go for a slightly less. One, the cheaper probably, the higher.
Yeah.
Be honest. BBC have no budget cuts. Their funding cut.
Well, even then, it's the whole thing of, do you go for someone who's a big name and has got already sort of well known as a talented actor, or do you go for someone who is talented but not well known that helps them rise up? Which is actually what they usually go for companions as a result as well, actually. Yes. None of the reason you get big names as guest stars is because they're big names.
They're expensive.
That's why you get them to guest star in it. That being said, a lot of the time people jump at the chance David Suchet. Yeah,
it's a British thing. It's been going on.
But even then, David Suchet agreed to be in Doctor Who without reading the script. He said, "Yes, I'll do it. Do you want to read the script? Nope. Do you want to read the script first? Nope.
No, you sure?
Just wait for it." Which still says a lot about the show.
It's been going well. A lot of the actors, David Suchet probably grew up, and I was like how old David Suchet is, but it's been going for 50 odd years at this point.
Yeah,
it's part of British.
What Peter Capaldi did.
Yeah, it's British pop culture.
It's a huge part of it.
David
Tennant used to get in trouble at school because all of his essays, all of his stories were Doctor Who fan fiction.
Yeah, before fan fiction existed on the internet.
Matt Smith, as far as I'm aware, wasn't as big a fan by comparison.
You have to be a fan to be in Doctor Who.
No, I understand, but Matt Smith is also a lot younger.
Yeah. Well, our age, Doctor Who wasn't on. When we grew up, Doctor Who wasn't on.
No, when we grew up, Doctor Who wasn't on.
It didn't exist.
When we were younger,
it wasn't on. When we were kids, it was, 2005 Doctor Who came back?
2005.
So, for a large part. I mean, I knew about it because my mum watched it.
I knew about it because of my mum.
You do hear and
it was on
Daleks, and you know what they are.
Yeah, I remember it used to air on UK TV Gold very early on the mornings and the weekend.
No, it's just like Star Wars. It's just part of pop culture. People just absorb things.
It is that.
Although Doctor Who's much more British. Although America now with the new series does have its Doctor Who.
Yeah, it wasn't as big a thing.
It's a British.
Become a bigger thing.
It was a British thing originally. Then the Americans ruined it. That film is dreadful.
That film is dreadful.
Was ever perform again?
Which is really unfortunate because it's got some actually good actors in it.
Yeah, Eric Roberts is the master.
Eric Roberts is a good actor.
He could do.
He's just not in that film.
It's just I think really. Mr. McCoy gets shot. That's how he regenerates. Boring that. So he regenerates. Although I do love the TARDIS in that film.
Oh, the TARDIS is a beautiful.
Why can't we? We don't have that budget. Can't have that, but and you don't see the TARDIS much. Back in the old series, you would see a lot more of the TARDIS, including other rooms of it. Now it's just the control room and nothing else, and you're in it for 2 minutes, and then we're out. They don't really focus too much on the TARDIS.
They've had a few episodes where they have.
There's the one where it gets taken over, and Rory and Amy go through the few times you ever see the other corridors of the TARDIS.
Yeah.
You might occasionally just see other, but you don't.
What was that episode? The Doctor's Wife.
Yeah, where it's a house.
And then, of course, you had Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS.
Yes.
Where literally you are going through the TARDIS. The whole episode is set inside the TARDIS.
I've forgotten that episode existed. Well, there's a lot about that episode.
I like that episode. It's a weird one.
Yeah. Weird is good. New thing, weird is good.
But you're right, you did need to see a lot more in the interior. Well, you saw briefly in the Christmas Invasion when the 10th Doctor was choosing his outfit, you saw the wardrobe.
That totally not green screen. Like the Doctor's special effects, not special, well, the old special effects were very special. But they had no budget, and I'm pretty sure the CG's getting worse. This isn't impressive. But, TV budgets aren't as much as...
I say
about TV budgets not being that high, but...
Part of me is beginning to wonder just with that, is it the effects are getting worse, or is it just that televisions are becoming more high def, which means we're able to see less, sort of, it's like...
No, it's just
not
that
really
NASA building I noticed. I went, that is really bad. I went, I can watch other episodes of Doctor Who, and while I know the CG's not brilliant, it doesn't make me go, that is dreadful. It just stuck out with me as being a lot more fake. it's like, yeah, that's not.
I suspect a lot of the money, the budget for this episode at least, would have gone on props and costume more than anything else, really.
Throw them together.
Which is nice, because a lot of it really was...
Ice
It was a
Warrior.
very sort of physical effect-based episode more often
Although they
than not.
probably
It
only
wasn't too
made
much
2
CG.
Ice Warrior years. Friday and Empress.
I think they might have... No, they must have made at least a couple more, like 3.
Yeah. Well, no, you have
I think it was on, like-
3 because of on the stairs.
Yeah.
You know, just move everyone around. Or just flip the image.
But even then, they would have had to do the costumes for soldiers.
Whatever Dr. Bill and Nardle were wearing.
Those ones as well. They would have had to build the
set.
Gargantua.
Yeah, and the set. Well, I assume it was a set. I doubt it was on location anyway.
Might have been on somewhere on location, at least partially.
Partially.
But I'm willing to bet most of it probably would have been set, you're right.
Plus all the gear, like that dinner scene with all stuff.
Yeah.
In Chinese, I was like... My first thought when he asked that, I was like, Bill doesn't look Chinese. I was like... Oh, you're not being racist, you're T. Sorry.
Oh, India.
I was just assuming like,
I will admit, I did not like the captain from when he first appeared.
yeah, he was kind of a
He was too smarmy.
dick. He's like, yeah, he was like, what a dick. And, like, I
Very
hope he
unpleasant.
dies horribly. It's like a horror film. There's that one character who's the asshole and you just wait for him to die. Oh yeah, and he got shot. It's a shame. He deserves more. Horrific.
The names were very sort of what you would associate to be the sort of like from a Victorian book of
Yeah,
some kind
everyone
as
had
well.
names. He's just, someone was high, and
Well, it's God's Acre and Catch Love,
yeah, it's like
things like that. It's sort of wonderfully Victorian
didn't that
names.
black guy? His name I forget.
Vinci.
Vinci. Didn't he have a girlfriend that he's gonna marry?
Oh yes, of course, because as soon as they started saying
The
that,
moment he went, he's dead. And you're like, he's
yeah,
dead.
as soon as he goes, he's gonna die. Of course, he's gonna die.
It's like any time you're like a extra or like part of the ensemble and you have a scene where you go, "This is my family, aren't they? We're happy." Like, you're dead.
It's like the traditional scene in the police drama says like, "I'm 2 days away from retirement."
Dead. And like, sorry, you shouldn't have revealed that. If you would have lived. True, you're the only black guy here, and that's also dangerous in these kind of situations.
He wasn't the first to die, though.
No, he
was
wasn't the first to die, so they're breaking that tradition. But yeah, I think he's dead. Dead. Yeah. I think we're done. 37
Yeah,
minutes.
nothing else really I can think of
37
particularly. I think we've
yeah,
covered the
it was a good
episode.
episode. Great scene. I like the Ice Warriors. Because they're Ice Warriors.
I
Although
will admit...
What?
No, you go ahead.
No, you go first.
I'm still waiting. It's a completely brand new point, so I'll let you finish.
Oh, didn't they have actual hands? I missed the clamps. They're stupid and impractical, but I kind of enjoyed the clamps.
They had 3 fingers.
Oh, I missed the Lego Men clamps. Other than that, it's stupid, but it's old school Who when it was being stupid. The old clamps. I can't remember now if the Cold War one had the clamps or not.
I don't know. Hold on.
All I remember that episode was David Warner, wasn't it?
Yeah, there were lots of big good actors in it.
Good episode. That felt like Alien, because you're trapped on a ship.
It was a submarine, yeah.
You can't get out, and there's a monster hunting you.
No, he's got the 3 fingers thing as well.
The clamps. There's something just really kind of like on a budget about them. But
That being said, I do like the designs for the new Ice Warriors are so similar to the old ones, actually. They haven't actually done very much to change them.
They look better.
But I do like the Ice Warriors, just generally. They've got a nice look to them.
Or was it Upright Crocodiles, or whatever that guy said?
Yeah.
Upright Crocodile, that's nice. Anyway, your point.
Yes, the point I was going to mention is the thing we've still have not encountered this series yet. A bad episode.
No, it's been surprising. Stephen Moffat puts all his effort in when... He didn't write a lot of the episodes, but... When he's leaving, it's like, I'm going out, we're going to make it a good series.
But every series has one episode that's a dud.
We haven't finished the series yet.
No, we haven't.
And it would be a shame for it to be the finale.
Well, it's very rarely the finale. It's one-off usually, because the dud that comes along.
Well, it's usually mid-series somewhere when it's just covering until you finish one plot series. You're not quite ready for the finale. Throw some filler in.
A part of me is just trying to think of. I mean, Series 9. Was there really a dud in Series 9? Last one, Clara's last series. There wasn't one that particularly came to me as a dud. There were episodes of
Series 9 had John Pertwee. Oh, you said Series 9? God.
Yes. Yes, that's true. Okay.
Right, yeah, back to New Who Series 9.
Yeah, New Who. Series 9. We had The Magician's Apprentice.
Yeah.
Which is familiar. That was a two-parter.
Yeah.
Neither. Oh, right. No, I think the one that we seem to think was the weakest one was The Woman Who Lived, which is when we had a Shielder as me.
Yes.
Sort of 1600s. That was our sort of dud-ish one.
But still not as bad as Love and Monsters.
No, that's a very notable example.
Or Fear Her. That's another crap episode.
I like Fear Her.
I'll admit their Olympics logo was a lot better than the real one.
Yeah.
But that's just...
But you're right, Love and Monsters is your typical example of there's one episode of each series that you don't talk about.
I think you have the series now.
But we haven't had one for this series, because every week... Yet, I know, we've still got one left, and given we've got one before the finale, it's never been either part of the finale.
Hey,
would
first
put a
time
lot of
for
pressure
everything.
on. Eaters of Light, Rona Munro, who wrote the last ever episode of the original series. No pressure.
You don't mess it up like you did last time.
I think she's already written it, so it's a bit late now.
Oh well. That's all.
Don't have messed it up.
Or let's just forget Robot of Sherwood.
Another example, a little bit of a dud one.
Only good thing was Ben Miller in the episode.
The only good thing was Ben
He
Miller
was wasted.
And he's a brilliant actor. I love him in most things he does.
He's just like, he's kind of wasted in that.
He would have been a great master.
Yeah, well, actors do come back.
They do.
Peter Capaldi, Colin Baker played someone else, and then everyone played the Doctor.
Karen Gillan. A lot of them do.
So it could happen. You might get
it. Could definitely happen, you're right. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath, admittedly, but
I was going to do old school master, not new wacky master.
Well, that's why I liked him, because the look of it, the sort of the
head and beard,
goatee.
That's how you know he's evil.
I loved his characterization. It was really nice.
That's why I like Missy in this episode. She was subdued.
I don't trust it.
Well,
I don't trust her. We're really supposed to.
Something. So what I thought was going to happen when Matards went back, I was like, oh, he's going to bring Missy and she's going to get shot or something. And then John Zimmer. Okay, no.
No, I thought something was going to happen, like she was going to do something to try and subvert everything.
Let me get to this.
But
the thing is, why would she then regenerate back into it? Fuck it.
But it's not impossible to regenerate into a previous incarnation. You're right, it would be slightly unprecedented, but, But yes, I think really that's pretty much, we've exhausted most of our thoughts.
Still don't know how they're going to get Johnson back. Unless it's a past version of the Master.
We'll see.
Coming forward and meeting. If we still assume Missy is the Master, there's still some debate on that. Whether she's been lying the entire time.
I'm willing to say it. I think it is. I've got nothing to make me doubt it other than like the speculation and that sort of. And with all of that, it's all unsubstantiated.
But meet the. Would you generate into the Master, or I don't know. I've lost track of the Masters in different generations at this point. Last time we saw him is with Rassilon and Missy, and it's like, never gonna ever explain.
It might be. I mean, that might be why we have Johnson appearing.
Yeah, maybe he's from that after he punched Timothy Dalton in the face or whatever. Still want Timothy Dalton back. He can ham it up like no one. I know Doctor Who's always been a lot of ham.
Anyway, I think that's pretty much all we can say for this week. So join us next week for the Eaters of Light.